Hello dears, welcome to English classes at Radhika Ramesh. Preface to the reader, Meditations on First Philosophy is a work which is written by Rene Descartes, the philosopher. As the name suggests, it's a little bit complicated and philosophical in nature. So listen very carefully and don't forget to write down notes while you are listening. Introduction to Descartes' Preface. It's a part of Meditations on First Philosophy, where Descartes discusses fundamental philosophical questions. It introduces some key philosophical themes. He acknowledges or tells some topics that God's existence and the human soul require deeper discussion. It's a dilemma or it's a question whether God is there or whether soul is there. So here he is telling about or he is explaining what's the meaning of God and soul in the human existence. Actually, in this chapter, he is responding to some of the criticisms which were raised against his work Discourse on Method, which was published in the year 1637. Here, he is emphasizing the importance of systematic inquiry and warns against casual or superficial reading of his work. He needs very grave means serious readers, not at all silly readers. In order to criticize his work, one should read his work very seriously or very deeply. This is the point of Rene Descartes put forward to his readers. Objections and responses. Critics question whether thinking alone defines the mind's essence. He clarifies that he was referring to perception, not to absolute truth. Thinking should be there. We know that he has said that I think, therefore am. So thinking is the most important duty of a person. One should read and think very carefully. And he is telling that he is focusing on perception over absolute truth. What is meant by that? That is, we do not know what is meant by the absolute truth or what is the absolute truth on the universe or on the God or the existence of God, etc. But he is defining or he is telling about one's perceptions, one's viewpoints on this point. And in the preface, he has told about the existence of God. And he has said that God is a perfect image or perfect thing. Only the perfect mind can create God, etc. For that point, a lot of criticisms were there. That is, some of them argued that having an idea of perfection doesn't prove its existence. God is perfect, but it does not prove that God is there or God is existing. Here he is telling about or he is distinguishing between material and objective existence. God is there, but we cannot feel or we cannot see the material presence of the God. But he says that there may be an objective existence of this God. Objective existence means in his creations God may exist or the presence of God will be there. We know that he is following a unique path where other philosophers haven't walked through. And we know that it is remote from the ordinary route. Ordinary route means the way through which other philosophers are walking or they are thinking. Here, our Descartes is a different man and his philosophical works are also entirely different from other philosophers' works. He is asking people to think a lot. That is rigorous reasoning. Only with reason we can explain things. Only with rational thinking we can find out the absolute truth. Only those who are engaging deeply with his work and thinking very carefully can understand what is meant by his work or what is the meaning of his work. He is not at all encouraging any kind of some superficial criticism. Superficial criticism means a person who is reading the work superficially and telling some criticisms on it. And that person may not go deeper into the work. We know that Rene Descartes is discouraging this tendency from the part of the readers as well as the critics. Critique of atheism. Atheism means a person who is not at all believing in God. Here he is telling that atheist critics often arise from misunderstanding the nature of God. That is, the atheists are actually misunderstood, and they are not at all understanding the existence of the God. That is why they have become atheists. Some people are attributing human qualities to God. God is not at all a human-like creature. That is, God is not at all a human-like character. Human-like emotions won't be there in God. God is divine, and it is, or He is the perfect thing in this world. That is, we do not know what is meant by God, and He is beyond full human comprehension. Anyway, God is infinite, or God is not finite, or the limitations of God is beyond our imagination. These are Rene Descartes' concepts on God. It is not according to the religious books, or it is not according to the preachers' preachings, but he is imagining God as the most perfect thing in this world. Importance of systematic inquiry. He emphasizes structured reasoning rather than fragmented reading. Once again, he is pointing out the fact that a person should have to read his work very carefully or very structurally in order to criticize it. Fragmented reading, that is reading here and there, is not at all encouraged. He warns against reading selectively, which can lead to misinterpretation and superficial critique. If a person is reading a book selectively, that is from here to there or from pages to pages, not reading continuously, what will happen? A kind of miscomprehension will be there in the mind of the reader. It will lead to a kind of misinterpretation as well as superficial criticism. It might not be very relevant. It might not be relevant to the core of the text, so that he is encouraging, or he needs some deeper critics. That is, a person who has read and interpreted his work very deeply and criticizing very deeper manner or with a very deeper terms. He advises readers to consider the entire discussion before forming opinions. Okay, that is, at first they should have to read very carefully and discuss the thing that they have read. Then only after that they should have to form their opinions, whether it is good or bad. After all, he is writing about philosophy. Philosophy is not at all a child's play. If one is reading philosophy, he or she should approach it with patience and open-mindedness. That is, there should not be any prejudice. Radical doubt and certainty. He employs radical doubt to strip away uncertainties and reach fundamental truths. In order to eliminate everything, any uncertainty, a person can ask questions. In order to get certainty, in order to get a solution, that is, one should ask a lot of questions. Doubting, that is, one should be doubtful always. Only by doubting we will arrive or we will reach to the truth. Doubt is a tool for deeper understanding rather than a barrier to knowledge. One should be always doubtful in order to achieve knowledge. Then only that person will achieve, or that person can achieve knowledge. It is not only a barrier, a hindrance to get knowledge. Keep on asking doubts and clarifying it accordingly, then only one will become a knowledgeable person. Then he is asking about absolute certainty. Is it possible to get all the knowledge to a person? That is, questioning leads to greater wisdom. But it is not at all possible for a single person to achieve all the knowledge. Can we ever be fully certain about anything? It's no. There is some doubts will be there in our mind. So ask questions and clear your doubts. Then only your wisdom will grow. Conclusion. He challenges readers to think critically rather than accept beliefs blindly. Whatever may be there in front of you or whatever may be there around you should be questioned. There is no need of following any dogma or any thing. Even if it is religious dogma, you should have to think and ask questions regarding the dogma. If you have any doubt, please try to clarify. Think critically and before accepting beliefs blindly. He is telling about the necessity of open-minded reflection, free from prejudice and hasty conclusions. You should not read anything or you should not accept anything hastily without any deeper knowledge on it or without any deeper thinking on it. You should be open-minded without prejudice. Then only you can accept the things which is true or which is certain. His meditations seek to provide a rigorous foundation for knowledge and truth. We know that he is telling about some kinds of meditations that is happening in our mind. So it will provide a rigorous means a vital or important foundation for knowledge and truth. Only through meditations, only through concentration, we can develop knowledge and truth, or we can attain the knowledge and truth in our life. Hope you have written some notes while you are listening to this video. So please read your notes and once again watch this video and read the text. Reading the text is very important. As the author has said, reading extensively or structural reading is very important for comprehension or understanding. If you have any doubts, please ask me without any hesitation. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.